Okay, everybody, welcome. We just started the recording. Again, my name is Mark Ross, and I think just about everybody you here knows that. I'm the co-founder of Sosana, and David Track is the founder. And Brian is a big part of the team. And right now, those guys are hanging out, getting some rest on Saturday. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not tired at all. Because I'm just really excited about the direction of this program, this project and what we're doing. And I really felt inspired today to share more with you guys on where I think this project is headed because of our utility. Now, also for the sake of this recording, let's just go into it for just a second. What makes Sosana special is we have like no other project in history is we have created a safe haven community, which allows people to come in and actually go through an election or what you call a voting process, which will help accomplish the number one goal for every single crypto investor. And that is number one, to find quality projects. And number two, find them as soon as you possibly can. And it's extremely difficult. We know this is a big problem in crypto, is that we suffer with shiny object syndrome because there are literally thousands and thousands of new projects coming up every single day. It's a very crowded field. There's way too much supply, not enough demand, and it has created an incredible problem. So when Dave called me up with this meme coin idea, he said, we're going to call it SOSANA, which stands for, so I still laugh, shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished. Okay. Because one of the things that makes a meme coin, just a meme coin, and we know that Solana is not just a meme coin, but it starts at the meme coin, is that, excuse me, is everybody can relate to it. It's very relevant. That's one of the things that people get. And or maybe it's political and everybody understands it and gets it and wants to get behind it. Or maybe it's entertaining, it's humor. If you look at things like Pepe, I like to bring up Pepe a lot because Pepe's sitting around a $4 billion market cap right now. They've been as high as a $9 billion market cap, and they have no utility at all. They're the number three meme project out there. Doge is number one at 32 billion. Shiba is number two at 7.2 billion. And some people would tell you that Shiba has a little bit of a utility, but there's nothing special about it. Do they have their own swap? Yeah, but does anyone use it? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not that familiar with it, but they don't have any real utility. But they started off of Dogecoin. Dogecoin was the beginning of the meme coin market. And everybody loves, well, not everybody, everybody that loves Dogecoin either loves dogs or they love making money because they see the chart go up, right? And so that's what they're in it for. But with every crypto project that you've ever looked at, without exception, every single one of those crypto projects that comes out as whether it's a token or a coin would be a layer one blockchain. A token would be a token project that was built on that layer one blockchain, which is what Solana is. Okay. Every single one of those projects that when you get into them, not just your number one goal, but your only goal is to make money. Okay. I don't care what anyone says. If they say, well, I'm here for the technology, I'm here for the entertainment. We didn't have to buy the token for the technology and the entertainment, really. You could have just gotten involved or maybe told people about it, but you bought the token for a reason, or you bought the coin for a reason. And that is to make money with the coin, hoping that the coin is going to go up in price. And if that coin goes up in price, you're going to be in profit. You're going to be happy. And everybody's got a goal, whether they know it or not. Everybody has a threshold that says, if I make a certain amount of money in this token, I'm going to sell it. And that's it. And then you're going to move on to another project, or you might wait for that token. You'll sell it and hope that it dips and maybe buy some more. Some people try to do that. I don't always recommend that because it's really hard to time the market. But everyone has a goal in mind to make a profit from that project because of the token or the coin. Sosana is the only project I know of that is completely different, a different mechanism, a completely different way of thinking about it. Because when you come into this community, you got to realize this is going to be the most active community in crypto history. There is never going to be, in my opinion, never has been, never will be a more active community than the Sosana community. Why? Because of our utility and because of the reason why people got into this. They got excited about the vision of what we're building here. We are building a safe haven community where there's strength in numbers, The more people are in that community, the more powerful our utility gets. Why? Because that utility is completely dependent on its community. And the size of that community is going to make that utility better. It's going to make it more refining. It's going to help us choose even better projects. But at the same time, it's going to help us make more money. Now, I don't know any other crypto project out there that will say our utility can actually give you an opportunity to create wealth, not just a little reward here and there. Create wealth. Are you listening to me? You got to get this in your head about Sosana. Because when you understand this, if you don't have this in your head yet, you're not going to understand the vision and what makes us so special. So get this part in your head. The thing that makes this utility so special is that it's the only utility in crypto that I know of. Now, someone might come to me and say, no, I found another utility, and you can create wealth with that utility, not just get some rewards here and there, but you can create wealth with just the utility, not the token. So there's people, you might look down the road and say, man, I really feel sorry for those people who buy us when they're, the token's $50, when the token gets to $100. And I know that's one of the themes of this call tonight, is why I truly believe that we can hit $100 a token in 2026. I really, really believe that's possible. Am I giving you financial advice? Am I trying to predict the future and tell you exactly what's going to happen? Of course not. But what I am going to do is tell you what I think is possible. And then you can decide based on the information I share with you today if you agree with me or not. But let me ask you a question. Do you agree with me now that you've never seen a project out there where the utility itself, this voting and reward mechanism and nominating projects, the utility itself can actually not just reward you, potentially help you create wealth? Have you ever seen anything like that? Answer that in the Telegram. Yes or no? Has anyone ever seen another project? Because I'm looking for a yes, but I want to see. Go to the Telegram and just tell me no. Okay, Luciano says yes. He's found a utility that can create wealth. Is that what you meant, Luciano? You found a utility in crypto that can create wealth? Okay, you'll have to share that with me later. Anybody else know of one? That's pretty unique, Luciano. I personally do not know of one. I've been in the industry for like literally since 2017 in a big way, and I've never seen it happen. That's like, okay, you said sorry, misunderstood. That's kind of what I thought, Luciano. That's okay, brother. Leela said yes. Maybe she misunderstood it too. I don't know. But the bottom line is, I don't think any of us really know of one. Well, why is that possible in Sosana? This is what you got to get through to people. And this is also a tremendous solution to some people who at the fair launch went, oh man, I didn't get the entry I wanted. Guys, first of all, that entry, I don't care where you got in. I don't care if you got at the top. I still believe that was an incredible entry. And you can get in a more incredible entry right now, but I'm not going to guarantee that or give you financial advice for it either. I'm just going to tell you that's what I think. And then you got to decide based on the facts, based on the information, what you think, right? That's what I got to keep reminding everybody. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your crypto. All I'm here to do is tell you all about Sosana so that you can get educated on it, understand it, and make a decision for yourself, for you and your family and your friends if you want to get into the affiliate plan. So here's what's amazing about that. And I'm not just talking about creating wealth in the affiliate plan, because you can do that too. I'm not even talking about that part yet. I'm talking about just the utility. You go into a community and you start participating in the voting and the nominations and these elections every 2 weeks. And you might think, well, how do you create wealth doing that? Again, I didn't guarantee that you would, but I'm just telling you there's a possibility, there's an opportunity to. Why is that? Think about it. Picture going into, an election. Okay, we're building towards our first election right now. And we can't tell you when that first election is going to be. It's going to be as soon as we can. We're putting together the voting mechanism, the nominations, the super, super important KYC voter ID. We're putting those things in place. We are literally transcending the industry with this utility, and we're getting ready to do it. But let's just say it's 6 months from now. Okay. In 6 months, we believe a big, big thing's going to happen sometime between now and 6 months. I don't know when it'll happen. And what we believe is a tipping point will occur. Because you know that every 2 weeks, every single transaction, 1% of every single transaction goes into a degen voter bonus wallet, which rewards the voters who voted for the winning token. There's going to be 25 nominations, and whoever's nomination gets picked, they're going to get $500 worth of SOSANA. Okay. Not a huge reward, but it's a reward. But that reward is going to climb. That's not going to stay at $500 in SOSANA. Eventually, it's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars in SOSANA. So there's going to be some people out there that get really, really good at nominating projects because they have great resources. They know people, they're excited. And I'm hoping that we can develop, and I can't tell you how big that reward can get, but I'm really trying to edge David into making that a really big reward, because the reason why I want to do that is because I want to really motivate people who are really good at connecting relationships and they know where good projects are, to want to come into our community to be rewarded. But at the same time, how excited will they be that they have a whole community voting on any project that they nominate? They're going to be really excited about that. Token projects themselves, when they start, they're going to get word of us and they're going to come in with their communities. Picture this. You've got token XYZ, whatever it is. It's an AI project. It has a wonderful technology. They think it's groundbreaking, but guess what? They're struggling like everybody else is to get noticed, right? They're struggling in marketing. Influencers don't work the way they used to. You can go to a YouTube influencer, pay them a couple grand, pay them 10 grand, and they do not have the effect that they used to have. Do you know why? Can you guess why? Because of the same reason, shiny object syndrome. There's too many opportunities out there. So even some of the biggest influencers now have lost a tremendous amount of their influence. Not that they don't have subscribers, but they've lost that ability to get their subscribers to take action because their subscribers are so distracted, right? Think about it. They're so distracted. Where you could come into a community here and we're focused on 25 projects to decide which project is the most quality project. That's a whole new ball game. And if you win that nomination, you are going to get the attention of eventually potentially tens of thousands of people, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people in the SOSANA community. Think about it. The bigger we get, the more influence we will have on any nominated project. So you're going to see other projects coming in saying, man, I got to win that vote. And they're going to bring their communities with them. Think about it. They might have a community of 20, 30,000 people. What are they going to tell their community? Guys, go in and buy at least $50 worth of SOSANA, at least, because you got to vote for us. Because if we win, this degen voter bonus thing's getting big. You know, it might be $1 million. It might be $10 million. We don't know. But we believe because of that, this thing is just going to go viral. It's going to go crazy. And you can only imagine that when you get to that level, when this thing is happening, we know that tipping point has occurred, that everybody's going to want to be a part of it. And let me ask you another question. As a crypto investor, if you find out about this reward utility and this token, and you look at this project, and it doesn't matter where you're at. I don't care if we're 17 cents like we are now, or if we're $17. Don't you think? I mean, let me just ask you a question. Can you think of a single reason why they wouldn't want to be a part of this? What are they going to do? Say, nah, I don't really want those rewards every 2 weeks. Doesn't interest me at all. I don't want to find super quality projects from the community that votes for these 25 nominations, where for me, I'd rather just be in the crapshoot. I'd rather listen to influencers who have already got, thousands of hits to their video, and it's probably too late by the time I found out about it, blah, 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 right? Do we want to leave them in that world of shiny object syndrome, or do we want to bring them into this safe community where they feel like they can find quality projects and get rewarded for doing it? Think about that synergy, folks. Who's going to say no to that understands it? Let me tell you something, folks. This is the easiest thing I've ever sold to anybody. The easiest thing. I talked to somebody just the other day. It was after church. I was walking out of church, talking to a buddy of mine. He doesn't know anything about crypto. Never cared. And he just goes, hey, what are you up to these days? Because I hadn't talked to him in months. And I said, well, I helped start a project called SOSANA. It's a crypto project. And he's like, oh, really? Okay. I said, yeah, do you own crypto? He's like, nah, I don't really get into crypto. That's just not my thing. I said, okay, well, no big deal. I kind of left it at that. But he's like, well, what is it about? What's the project? I went on for 5 minutes to explain the project. I told him that we're a safe haven community, that we vote for projects, that we have rewards. I told him all that. His eyebrows went up and he said, wow, that's actually really cool. And it got his attention. And then he wouldn't leave me alone. I told him, I said, hey, if you're interested, let me know. He was texting me. I mean, this is a guy that's never done crypto in his life. Why? Because even someone who doesn't understand crypto can understand an election process, can understand that they can get rewarded for that process. And I'm telling you, folks, it's just a matter of time before everybody in the Solana ecosystem hears about us and wants to get involved. But we're bringing people outside of the ecosystem. There's a lot of people on this call right now that I guarantee you probably never really got into the Solana ecosystem that much, or maybe weren't even into crypto that much. That happens. But that's what's amazing about this utility and this project. And it has a kind of synergy to it that makes it expand perpetually once it really gets going. So folks, how early are you in this process? Think about it. Okay, our right now I'm looking at the members. We have 2,082 members in our Telegram right now, folks. To give you an idea of how ground floor that potentially is. Again, I always use the word potentially, right? That is potentially an incredibly, ground floor position. Why? Because I told you earlier, I always like to go back to Pepe. Pepe has a $4+ billion market cap, and they've got 483,000 holders. Now, I don't know about you, but that is a lot of holders. And if you think about it, Pepe's not doing anything for anybody. Are they rewarding people with a utility? Are they doing anything like that? Have they even come close to providing the kind of service that we have? Absolutely not. And so when you think about it, and you can make up your own mind, this is your decision. You can decide if 17 cents is a really low entry. Because let me tell you, folks, I'm going to do some numbers here, and you guys are going to make up your mind on what to do with these numbers. Again, it's not good. I'm not putting these numbers out because I'm giving you any kind of advice or telling you what to do or telling you necessarily how ground floor this price is. But when I show you these numbers, I'll let you decide based on the facts and the information I'm giving you if you think it's a low price, because I think 17 cents is nothing. That's just my opinion though, right? You guys can make up your mind whether you want to agree to it or not. But you take a look at a couple things. Well, what's going to make our utility go? It's going to be volume. What is volume? Okay, well, if you look at Pepe, it has $320 million a day, not per week, not per year, not per month, $320 million per day. Now, if we had 14 days of $320 million, now I know that sounds like a dream, right? How would we ever get there? I just told you how we would get there. I just told you that the bigger this community gets, the bigger the DGen voter bonus wallet gets, because the more transactions are happening. If people are coming in and out of Sosana, because we have this huge, huge community, what's happening to the DGen voter bonus wallet? It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. What's happening to the marketing wallet? It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as it gets bigger, do you think we're going to reach out with our marketing wallet and talk to some influencers out there that can really move the needle? That can really do things that influence potentially hundreds of thousands of people? Do you think we're going to do that? What do you think? Come on, think about it. What do you really that's the funny thing, man. I look at some of these people and I'm telling you, there are so many people in our community that still just don't understand how big this is going to get. It's going to get so big, we're not going to be able to stop it. And that's the reason why I'm going to get to the theme of this particular call today. Because if you take a look at Pepe, that's 320 million a day. If I took 1% of 320 million, that would be 3.2 million, right? 1% of 320 million is 3.2 million. That means $3.2 million a day would be coming into the DGen voter bonus wallet times 14. Good Lord, that's 44,800,000 sitting in the DGen voter bonus wallet. Half of that can be marketing. So you got 44,800,000 sitting in the DGen voter bonus wallet by itself. Divide that by 2. That's our marketing budget. What do you think we can do with a marketing budget like that? Think, guys, think about this. This is what I believe is coming. Can I prove it? No. Do you believe it? That's really all it is. I'm giving you guys the information. You tell me if you believe it. I think big, guys. Go big or go home. That's the way I think. I don't think a project is worth my time unless it can really have an impact. And this is another big reason why I think we're going to have such a huge impact, because of what we're going to be able to do with a little bitty 3% transaction tax, which, by the way, is saving people, because we just eliminated the bots. Remember how, when I told you, and don't get confused with what happened on Fair Launch, that's a totally different, that's apples and oranges. But I told you we got rid of all the sniper bots that come in and out, that leech from the liquidity pool from all these projects that have no transaction taxes. Do you remember when I told you guys about that? Think about it. We eliminated that. That's gone. But we took that same burden that everybody had to begin with, and we made that. This is why we think 3% is the perfect number. We shouldn't go 4%. We shouldn't go 2%. We believe 3% is the perfect number, because it's just enough to really make the rewards huge over time as we get bigger as a community. So if you can picture that, wow, our marketing budget, what if it was 10% of that? If it was 10% of that, it would still be a marketing budget of $2.2 million. If you know anything about marketing and crypto, you can do a lot of influence with $2.2 million. I can tell you that. That means instead of doing 320 million a day, we were doing $32 million a day. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it way, way down. And let's just see if we can get there, right? If we were doing that, we would be collecting, excuse me, $320,000 a day, right? Instead of 320, we're doing 32. We take that times 14. The DGen voter bonus wallet is $4.48 million. Now, if the community votes for a fairly low market cap, because that's what the community is going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for low market cap, and they're going to be looking for a super quality project. And everybody in that community knows that if they're not going to try to find the most quality project they can, they're probably not likely to be one of the winners who win the vote. And everybody who nominates a project, what is their goal? Their goal is to find the most quality project they can to be nominated, to get voted for, because they know that's going to give them the best chance to win the vote. Now, when you think about the synergy of those two things coming together, we are then uplifting quality projects and throwing out the shiny objects. And we are solving the number one problem in crypto today: shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished. Do you guys agree with me? We are solving the number one problem in crypto today when it comes to helping people find quality projects. Think about it. And that's the number one goal in crypto today for every investor. I want to find the most quality project, and I want to buy it at the soonest time. This safe haven community with all these brains are going to come together and help you do that. Then we have an affiliate hub that we're going to create, a community hub within our affiliate. Now, you don't have to be an affiliate to participate in the live token vote. You don't have to, nothing to do with that. But if you become an affiliate member, which, by the way, the first 48 hours when we launch it, it's only going to be $99 for life in the first 48 hours. If you become a member of that community and join the community hub, you're then voting on pre-launch projects. When can you find projects earlier than pre-launch? Is there a way to find a project earlier than before it launches? Right? Think about that. That is an incredible tool. And we're going to take 50% of what we had in the marketing wallet instead of 1%. And once per month, we're going to allow all those pre-launch projects to come into our community and get voted on by our community. And we're going to take all of those transactions that have come in, that 0.5% for that month, and we're going to reward the people who vote for the winning pre-launch project all over again, a way to earn rewards. Now, I just told you that we have a mechanism in place that can help you create wealth. After explaining that to you, do you agree with me that our utility alone, apart from the SOSANA token, can help you potentially create wealth? Yes or no? Do you believe me? Think about it. I want to see it in Telegram. I want to see yeses. Show me the yeses in Telegram if you guys agree with me, if this makes sense. Because you know what? You're so used to, folks. I'm not getting near enough yeses, by the way. You guys are so used to being in the crypto space, and all you care about is the token. And that's great. If you can get in early, and you guys already did, you guys got in the fair launch. I think you guys couldn't be earlier. And I don't care if you bought at the bottom or the top, you're still in my opinion, really, really early. Okay. And if you can, you can still buy the dip too. You guys can do whatever you want. But I'm just telling you, aside from that, which is all you normally care about in crypto, you understand that you can also create wealth with the utility, especially in the affiliate program, even if you never refer a single person to the affiliate plan. And this is real money, folks. This is not some Ponzi scheme. You're going to see every dollar that goes into the DGen voter bonus wallet. You're going to see every dollar that goes into the half of that marketing wallet. You're going to see it happen in real time. So you know where the money comes from. This isn't shrouded in mystery like some Ponzi. This is right there in front of you to see with your own eyes. You haven't seen anything like this, guys. I've never seen anything like this in business, let alone crypto. And I like crypto because crypto is accessible to everybody in the world. Everybody can do it. If you can put together $50 in SOSANA, you can participate in our community. That's it. If you can put together $50 in SOSANA, you can potentially create wealth. Do you understand me? And you just think about that for a second. And if you put another $99 together, because that's going to be our affiliate plan for the first 48 hours, you can potentially create more wealth. I've never seen anything like that. When the industry gets a hold of this and starts to understand it, this is why everybody is going to want to find out about it. This will be the first time it ever happens. I don't know when it'll happen. I can't make that prediction. But when it happens, there will be a tipping point where that wallet, that DGen voter bonus wallet, folks, it's going to get so big that whatever token the community decides to buy with that DGen voter bonus wallet, the price is going to go crazy. Do you understand me? Do you think that when that happens, the first time that happens, when the community votes for a particular project, it has just the right market cap? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's $1 million market cap. Maybe it's a $5 million, $10 million market cap, whatever it is. If it's a low market cap, and all those market caps I told you is very low, and the DGen voter bonus is big enough. I don't know if it's 500,000, million, two, I don't know what it is. But when that tipping point occurs where we've matched up the perfect formula of the right token with the right amount in the DGen voter bonus wallet, and then it's revealed at 7 p.m. Monday night. 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday night gets revealed. Think about it. If you won the vote, you're excited. Congratulations. You're about to be airdropped the winning token. Boom. You just won. And everybody's going to be excited about that every 2 weeks. And eventually every week, because we're going to be getting too much volume coming in. We're not going to be able to do this every week or every other week. We're going to have to do this every week at some point. But what I'm saying is that you're going to be really excited and happy. But what if you didn't win? We've told you this over and over again, but think about it. Let's say you're the other so many thousands of people, tens of thousands, whatever it is, and you didn't win, but you see that big old fat DGen voter bonus wallet, don't you? What are you going to do? You might decide you want to add that token to your portfolio over the next hour, because at 8 p.m., that big old fat DGen voter bonus wallet's going to buy the token. And you guys are the ones who made the decision. This is 100% decentralized. We didn't make the decision. You guys made the decision. You talk about a community project. Compared to us, I think everybody else is all talk. This is a real community-driven project when you think about it that way. And that's the essence of decentralization in crypto. Everybody loves community-driven projects. It doesn't get any better than how you can participate in this utility. Wow. Is the light going on for some of you for the first time right now? Are you starting to understand that fair launch, I might have gotten a crappy entry? Do you see how minuscule that means right now? I don't care what that chart looks like right now. You guys better get ready for what we're about to do over the next weeks and months and what's coming. And you're here right now. Wow. Congratulations in my book. That's no guarantee of success, right? I can't give you a guarantee. I can't give you financial advice, blah, 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 right? But I think you guys get the point. And I want you to look at this. Think about it. Pepe hit 4 billion. What's our token supply? Who can tell me what the token supply is in Telegram? Who's first? Who can tell me? I'm waiting. You guys are slow. What's going on? Am I in the wrong chat? What's the token supply? 88 million, basically, right? 88 million and change. Okay, there it is. Brian just hit us with it. 88,888,888 tokens are in the token supply. So, how many of you people think, because of what I just described to you and how viral we're going to go, how many of you think that this could be, not will be, but this could be a multi-billion-dollar project? Just say yes. There you go. Keep them coming. Now think about that. If we could be, we're just dreaming right now. Everything starts with a dream, doesn't it? Everything starts with a vision. We got to go somewhere. Every single thing that's ever been conceived begins with a dream and a vision. And we're beyond that now. We had our fair launch. The token is live. And folks, this is like, I think you might be 6, 12 months from now, 2 years from now, looking back and going, hey, man, were you a part of SOSANA before they brought out that voting mechanism? I think that's where you guys are now. I know that's where you guys are now. But again, I can't make that prediction. You guys have to listen to this information and make that for yourselves. But let's say we reach where Pepe is now, $4 billion market cap. How do you figure the price? With a $40 billion market cap, you just take our token supply, which is 88.8 million and change. But really, the truth is, and this is, remember, market caps are the estimated value of a token. So let's keep it real simple, and let's just say that all 88 million tokens are out in supply in circulation. So let's divide that by 88,888,888 equals, I got that number wrong. Sorry, it's actually, I put too many zeros in there. Sorry, it wasn't that good. Hold on, here we go. Let's go back to 4. All right, here we go. Okay, there we go. 4 billion divided by 88 million. We're just trying to get to Pepe, folks. We're just trying to get where Pepe is. $45 token. Wow, that's cool. Do you know that Pepe's highest market cap ever was 9 billion? Do you guys know that? What was the theme of this call today? How is it realistic, and more realistic than you might think, that we get to $100 SOSANA? Okay, well, let's go see. $9 billion market cap divided by all of our tokens. $101.25. Do you believe we could reach the all-time high that Pepe, no utility, no purpose, just a funny little character? Do you guys believe, based on what we're doing, our relevancy, how we're solving the #1 problem in crypto, how we're creating this amazing community that all has the same exact goal, that also has the most active community in crypto history because of that utility? Do you believe we can get there? Now you can decide if you think that's realistic. That's what this call was all about today. That's all there is to it, folks. That's what I wanted to share with you. I want to reiterate, folks, this was not about giving you financial advice. This was not about making predictions that entice you or guarantee that that's what we're going to do. It wasn't about that. It was about sharing our vision with you, the dream that we have, and for you to decide based on this information, these facts that I've given you, to make up your own mind of where you think we're headed. And honestly, that's all I got to say today. So, Professor, you got anything to add to that?
Man, you did a phenomenal job. I'm good. I'm
You got
so
nothing? Good. You usually got something.
Well, when I take a look at this, I like to look at the past gas coin.
Oh, right. Right.
And I'm saying, let's see, let me go real quickly to coin market cap. Let's see what past gas is doing. I just saw one that blew me away. I can't even say it. It's a slur, but it's gaining traction. All right, so past gas coin. For those of you who don't know, it's actually called fart coin, but
Uh-oh.
I don't want my mom to come from the heavens tapping me on my shoulder saying, she called me baby boy, Mark. Baby boy, now you know I taught you better than that.
Yeah, I hear you. That's funny.
Looking at that, and I'm like, well, how the heck is this project? How is it in the top 100 of all of crypto? Now it's got a market cap of just under a billion. But I've
Right.
seen it as high as a billion. But almost on a daily basis, this thing is doing like right now it's a little low in 24-hour volume, only 68 million. I say that only 68 million. Did you pull that up? How about could you pull that up?
Let me pull that up. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Let- I
Let's
I
go look
want you
up
to
fart
pull it
coin.
up, and then I want you to go to the
Pardon my
website.
language. Let's go look up fart coin.
I'll let you say it so my mom can stay in the heavens and not come tapping me on my shoulder.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, let's see if we can find it here. Hold on.
I'm glad you shared this with everyone because I've been telling my community for the longest why I believe I can't promise obviously that we'll ultimately be at over $100. And folks, remember that what Mark just showed you with the entire token supply of 88 million ain't coming out right now. All right. 49% or so is a circulating supply. And if you go in the light paper, it will show you how the other tokens will start coming out. We're not going to see more tokens for the next 6 months. And then it's going to take a 5-year process before
Right.
all 88 million are in play. So for those of you that might be more analytical and you want to kind of do some numbers, I'll just tell you the numbers I'm using right now. It doesn't mean that those are the numbers you should use. Uh, so when I do that, Mark, instead of showing 88 million, I show like 65 million. It's kind of the halfway point between the circulating supply now and the 88 million. So I kind of
Yeah.
went halfway there. Um, and so if we hit that, those $9 billion figures that you mentioned, um, when we're like 65 million, then that 100 is, up even more. So look, ladies and gentlemen, this is past gas coin. Okay. It's a 700, is that 770
Yeah, 730 million right
million
now. And it's
market
been it's
cap?
been as high as like 1.4 billion, I think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go down to the website.
Okay.
All right.
Website.
So let's see the functionality of this website. What value are they bringing? All right. So I want you to say this for me. I can't say it, Mark. So my mom stays up in the heavens.
Honestly, guys, it's not even funny. Like you ought to at least be you would think you could make fart coin really funny. This isn't even funny. But go ahead.
Look at that second statement. You say it, so I don't. Right under the.
Disrupting the crypto space one fart at a time.
That's that's what they're bringing to the marketplace, ladies and gentlemen.
It's great, right?
That's
Great.
it.
They
Now
hit a
look at now.
$1.4 billion market cap.
Yeah.
Amazing, right? Amazing.
Now let's see. Looking at the website, what is um their functionality? What solution are they bringing to the marketplace?
Fart awareness.
Really,
I
flatulence
guess.
awareness?
I don't know.
That's it.
I
One
guess.
pass
In
gas at
case
a
you weren't
time.
aware.
That's it. Now look at the site itself. At first, when I saw the site, I was thinking, man, this is like Atari when I
Yeah.
was a kid. All right. Then I thought, oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is like when I was in high school and we had remember, Mark, you're younger than me. The old Macintosh computers. I don't know if you remember that. The old Macintosh
Oh, yeah.
DOS
Oh, yeah.
with the floppy disk. And I'm saying
Yep.
if they can do that and they have no utility, no functionality, why can't we become 100 plus trading token because of our utility? And then the other thing I would say, going back, Mark, to what you were sharing about, what solution are we bringing to the to the space,
Hmm.
folks? I want you to go to CoinMarketCap sometime. Now, some of you that are new, you may not know all this, but when you go to CoinMarketCap, for some of you that have been around for a while, take a look at some of the prices of the assets that you know. So I did this, Mark. I went and I said, okay, Bitcoin is going for like 110-ish or so right now, 110,000. Man, I bought my first Bitcoin for 515 bucks. And then I did a little exercise. Uh, uh, do me a favor, put on your calculator. Let's take the prevailing price of Bitcoin
Hey,
is, hold
before
on.
you do that though, I was doing something else. Just figure that out. But the reason I put 68 million in there is because that's how much volume Fartcoin did today. You take that 68 million times 14, you got 952 million. You take that times 1%, you got
Ooh.
$9,520,000 in the Degen voter bonus wallet.
Okay, stop there.
Wow.
Stop there. Stop
Wow.
there. Okay. So past Gascoigne, if we just get to what they're doing transactional volume wise, all right, that's what we're talking about in the Deidre voting wallet, which is powerful. But let's not forget that same 9.5 million would also go into the liquidity pool.
Correct.
Now, Mark, I don't think we've talked enough about why that going into the liquidity pool is so important to stabilize the price.
Yeah, here's one thing that we did, just so you know, we actually changed the name before we launched. And if you guys read the light paper, you'll see that it's no longer called the liquidity wallet, it's called the stability wallet. Why? Because we didn't want 100% of all that money going straight to the liquidity pool because it's just not smart. Like it's not what we thought would be strategically the best thing for the community. And now we have some other things, which guys, I don't even want to get into right now because if I start going down that rabbit hole, it's going to bring up all these other cans of worms and questions and
Gotcha, gotcha,
everything. But
gotcha,
I
gotcha.
can tell you this: once you fully understand it, you're going to understand it more and more as we develop as a community, as we grow as a project. Once you really start getting your head around what we're doing, it's going to make it even. I'm just going to tell you this: it's going to make it even more exciting. We've got some amazing things, but also another thing. Let's talk about is if you divide that by two, you've got two other rewards of 4.76 million going toward marketing. Okay, so you got 4.76 million going to marketing. And remember this, it's a monthly basis now. Remember, monthly goes towards the pre-launch projects because those are once a month. So you take that back times two because it's once a month, not once every 2 weeks. It'd have been 30 days. Now people are getting rewarded. And remember that reward when you're part of that affiliate hub or community hub in the affiliate plan is going out in Solana token because you can't reward a token that's not live. It's not on the market yet. But these pre-launch projects are anticipating you buying their token when they go live or as a pre-sale project. So there's a lot of pre-sales out there, right? Buy our token for this amount, hold it. When we go live, it could be worth this amount. That happens all the time, right? You're looking at, you can only imagine how many projects are going to want to just climb over themselves to get into our community. But at the same time, do you realize, listen to the most important factor here. Do you realize that every single one of those projects are KYC? That they aren't even allowed in our community until they tell us who they are. And how
Mm-hmm.
many projects do you see every day pop up where you have no idea who they are? No
Mm-hmm.
idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that to me makes it even more exciting. But go ahead.
Let's stay there for just one more moment, okay? Um, so you've got, so folks, remember the membership we're talking about that when it launches for the first 48 hours is only going to be $99 dollars in Sosana tokens, okay? And if you got nothing else, understand that's going to give you, me, we the opportunity to participate with those pre-launch. So
Yeah.
the reward, because the token's not yet available because it's in pre-launch, those who win that reward are getting Solana. Mark, when
Yep.
we first start talking about the launch, I'm looking at Solana and I think it's in the 160 range. Well, the other day it was up at 213. So the fact that you'll get rewarded in Solana, you'll be able to do whatever you want to with that Solana. Now, if I win that reward, I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some of that Solana and do what? Come right over here to SOSANA. Go back to the screen if you would.
Sure. Tell me if you see this properly. Is that
Okay.
you see it good?
It's coming. Yes. Okay. So let's, I want to just go down and help people understand how I see Solana. Okay. So I look at Bitcoin right now, it's going for 110,000. Could you pull up your calculator, please? All right. Let's take the 110,000, the prevailing price now. I first bought it when it was 515. So divide that by 515 if you would. So what this means is that from the time that I was aware, or the time I bought my first Bitcoin, Bitcoin has grown by a factor of 213 times. So if that was let's times that time $1,000. Let's say I had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin and just kind of sat on it for this time period.
So if you had $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when it was $500 each, you basically just multiply it by two, right?
Okay, that'll work.
I guess. Well,
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
you're
yeah.
saying
Well,
you're wanting to know how many times it X'd or and how much money that would have
Well,
been.
we know that
Yeah,
my that Bitcoin from 515 to where it is now is at 213 times X.
right.
Okay. All right. So let's say to me, what I'm looking at is for Sosana is how with Sosana one and with all of the other projects that we'll be introduced to, how I can personally begin to build my own crypto portfolio. And so
Hmm.
I'm going back in the past and I'm saying, well, doggone, Bitcoin was 213 times X. Let's clear that out, please. Let's go to Ethereum. And I'll be finished in just a moment, Mark. I hope if I'm taking too much time, you let me
That's
know.
okay.
Okay.
4,260.
Okay. So let's take that. Um, one of my folks bought Ethereum the first time for $100. Let's divide that by $100. All right, so that's 42 times. So what if you had a portfolio where you had maybe one asset that ultimately grew to a couple hundred times like Bitcoin did? Maybe for me, I that's what I'm looking for Sosana. So Sosana is going to be leading my crypto portfolio. To me, I'm looking at Sosana as my Bitcoin because I didn't have the foresight when I bought that
Hmm.
Bitcoin for 515, and then when it went down to 166, I didn't have the foresight to buy more and more and more and more. So now with the foresight that I have of I didn't get the price necessarily that I was hoping for at the launch, but now the price is significantly below where I got it. What might I want to do? Because I remember Bitcoin going from 515 when I bought it down to 166. And then I kicked myself, boy, I should have been buying more, buying more and more and more. So now what am I thinking? Can't tell you what to think. 17 cents. Boy, it looks real good to me. And if I buy more and buy more, can't tell you what to do. Now I get to average my price and bring my price down so that as it starts to go back up, assuming that it does, that can be even more and more and more and more profits. I hope I don't get in trouble with the attorneys with that. So what I simply did, Mark, is I went through and I looked at the Ethereums and the B&Bs, which I saw for $8. It's now trading for over $800. And I'm saying I didn't have the foresight at that time to build a portfolio of those types of projects. I'm not going to miss out this time. That's why I ain't going nowhere. I'm here. I am leading the charge of the Solsaniacs. Back to you,
Yep.
Mark.
Love it. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. Awesome. So real quick, it's interesting. I was on Dex Tools. I usually do. I usually look at Dex Screener. Want you guys to kind of look at this chart right now. I really like the way the chart looks. It's great.
Ooh,
But we all know, listen,
ooh.
folks, we all know charts can change at any time. So there's no predictions here. But what I will tell you I like about it is I see this consolidation. And what that tells me is that the community as it stands right now, there's probably 2,000 people or so in the community. We still only have 881 holders. Wow. That is so small. 881 holders. And I feel like we're at a pretty solid 18.3 cents right now. Just, that's how I feel. And at any point, I think this thing could really break out. What's going to cause it to break out? More buyers. Quite simple, right? But also, what's going to cause it to break out is us, the community. We sharing the vision. Now, I will tell you this: when that utility comes into play, and then we start voting and we start nominating and all that stuff, that's going to take on a life of its own, guys. It's going to grow viral on its own because the mechanism in and of itself will attract people. Okay. So you're not going to have to run around necessarily telling people, but people will. They won't be able to keep their mouth shut about it. Because when someone earns a really big reward from the vote, they're going to share it with people. Hey, man, I was holding 50 bucks in Sosana and I just got a reward for like 500 bucks in this token I voted for. This is incredible. And I also, by the way, I really, really like the project. The community voted for it. It's the #1 project in the community. And I actually like it. I think I'm going to hold on to this thing. And you never know. There's probably going to be a story somewhere, sometime, I don't know when or how, where they got $500 in reward from that token. And then it turned into 5 grand. And they're like, wow, I'm so glad I held on to that token. Because remember, this is not some pump and dump channel. You guys have all heard of those channels that come out for pump and dumps. They're not voting for anything. The community is all coming together, waiting for whoever's running that community, those scammers, because they're buying their tokens first, waiting for you to buy yours. Just another little Ponzi scheme, right? That's not what this is. This is a place where the community is going to come together and vote for quality projects and help everyone find quality projects, right? Think about that. That's what it's for. And so the goal of this mechanism is to help you build a portfolio every 2 weeks, maybe eventually every 1 week, of a new token. And in many cases for free. All you have to do is hold 50 bucks in Sosana. Now you might say that's not free, but I'm just saying if you're holding $50 in Sosana, you're going to have access to all that. Amazing, right? Anyway, I think that's pretty much for the call. I really appreciate everybody being on today. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. And you know what? I'm kind of realizing, hold on. I wasn't showing the chart. I'm sorry, guys. Do you see the chart here? I actually shared the
Yeah.
wrong screen. You guys see that now?
You were showing Dex tools. That's
Was
what
I
you were
showing
showing
Dex
before.
tools?
You
Okay, I
were
didn't
showing
realize it
Dex
was. Okay,
tools.
good, good, good.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah.
stop it. I'll stop it there then.
Okay.
Awesome, guys. Listen, thank you so much for coming on this call today. I hope you got a lot out of it. I just wanted to bring the value to you guys. We've got this 24/7 recorded now. I'm going to be getting out the recording. I'm going to put it on our YouTube channel. You guys are going to be able to share it. And I think it's probably one of the best videos out there right now that you can share and get people understanding Sosana and getting really excited about it. So thanks again, everybody. And we will see you on the next call Monday night.